The unwavering commitment of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to fight economic crimes and corruption in Nigeria has gradually revamped the country's dented image as a den of corruption. This feat is as a result of years of toil and sweat. You can be part of the struggle by shunning all forms of economic crimes and corruption. Good evening, Nigeria, and welcome to the program, The Eagle. My name is Aisha Gambari. With me on the program is Aisha Muhammad. Hello there.
Hi, Aisha. A very good evening to you out there. I also say welcome to The Eagle on TV. We hope you will keep tuning in to enjoy the program as we bring you interesting activities within the Commission. Please stay tuned.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
On the program today, the trial of former head of service to the Federation, Stephen Oronsaye, and his co-accused person, Oronsaye Afe, who are being prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) for a 2 billion naira fraud, witnessed a new twist at the last adjourned date when Justice Gabriel Kolawole of the Federal High Court Abuja said he intended to return the case file to the Chief Judge for reassignment.
A former commissioner representing Akwa Ibom State on the board of the intervention agency Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC), Godwin Moffat Eyo, has been convicted and sentenced to 3 years imprisonment by an Akwa Ibom State High Court for stealing 56 transformers meant for oil-producing communities in the state.
It was also end of the road for the quadruplet of Aminu Haruna Mohammed Lawal, Usman Abdullahi and Awal Muhammad as Justice Bibi Aliyu of the Federal High Court sitting in Yola, Adamawa State, convicted and sentenced them to 10 years imprisonment. And the Court of Appeal Abuja Division has turned down the bail application of Emmanuel Okoyomo, a former managing director and chief executive officer, Nigeria Security Printing and Minting Company, whose extradition is being sought by the United Kingdom government.
Okoyomo is wanted in the UK over his alleged role in the bribery allegation involving officials of Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company (NSPM), and Securrency International Pty of Australia between 2006 and 2008. Please stay tuned as the program continues shortly.
Nigeria is the 6th largest producer of oil in the world. In over 50 years of oil exploration, the country has earned well over $600 billion as oil revenue. If properly managed, it should provide us with a health system that will save lives and not a decaying health system. A society where energy goes round for meaningful development and not an epileptic power supply system. A productive educational system and not a decaying educational system. A society where jobs are created for self-sustainability and not a society where our youth roam the streets unemployed. A highway of safety and security and not roads that lead us to early graves. We should have credible leaders who deliver dividends of democracy to the people and not corrupt leaders who divert our collective revenue for private use. Say no to corrupt leaders. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
The trial of the former head of civil service to the Federation, Stephen Oronsaye, and his co-accused person, Oronsaye Afe, who have been prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) for a 2 billion naira fraud, witnessed a new twist at the last adjourned date when Justice Gabriel Kolawole of the Federal High Court Abuja said he intended to return the case file to the Chief Judge for reassignment. Femi Adeyemi tells us more.
The last sitting was for the hearing of the bail applications filed by Oronsaye and his co-accused, who are alleged to have been complicit in using two companies, Frederick Hamilton Global Services Limited and Xanji Technologies Limited, for shady biometrics enrollment deals to the tune of 2 billion naira. Justice Kolawole had on July 13, 2015, released the accused persons to their counsel and fixed July 21, 2015 for hearing of the bail applications. At the resumed sitting, prosecuting counsel Rotimi Jacobs San told the court that it is pointless opposing the bail applications for the accused persons. Jacobs opined, and I quote, "The act of the last sitting in which Oronsaye was released by the judge was tantamount to being released on bail, such that it might amount to a futile effort to now try to oppose their bail applications. It would be better in the instance to focus on the conditions that will be attached to the bail." End of quote. He further noted that in the said bail application, Oronsaye and his co-accused already had a list of sureties that could stand for them, an indication that the accused persons were sure of being granted bail. Kanu Agabi San, counsel to Oronsaye, on his own part urged the court not to send his client to prison custody. Abdurrashid Maina, former chairman of the pension task team, who though not listed in the charge, but said to be at large, sent a lawyer, Esther Uzoma, to debunk the allegation that he was at large. Uzoma claimed that Maina never got any invitation from the EFCC to appear before it. Justice Kolawole, in his ruling, expressed the view that the remarks of Jacobs were tacit allegation of bias against the court. He thereafter granted bail to Oronsaye on self-recognition and ordered that his international passport be deposited with the Chief Registrar of the Federal High Court, Abuja. His co-accused was, however, not lucky. In addition to depositing his international passport with the court, the judge granted Afe bail in the sum of 50 million naira and two sureties, each in like sum, who must be civil servants, retired or serving, either at federal or state government levels, and not below grade level 16. One of the sureties, the judge said, must have a landed property within Abuja jurisdiction. Justice Kolawole thereafter fixed October 5, 2015 for mention to ascertain which judge will hear it. Femi Adeyemi, reporting for The Eagle.
From that report, we move to convictions. The Commission, in its quest to rid the society of corrupt elements, has secured the convictions of several individuals charged for various offences, ranging from advance fee fraud, obtaining by false pretense. Among the convicts is a former commissioner representing Akwa Ibom State on the board of the intervention agency Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Pastor Godwin Moffat Ayo. Golden Ago is our guide on this.
Godwin Moffat Ayo, a former commissioner representing Akwa Ibom State on the board of the intervention agency Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, was convicted and sentenced to 3 years imprisonment by an Akwa Ibom State High Court for stealing 56 transformers meant for oil-producing communities in the state. The convict, who was prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) on a 56-count charge that borders on stealing and conversion of the said 56 electricity transformers released to him by the NDDC for distribution to the communities in Akwa Ibom State, was found guilty on 37 of those counts by Justice Idongeset Ntem Iswa and sentenced to 3 years imprisonment in each of the counts. He was, however, discharged and acquitted on the 19 counts. The sentences are to run concurrently. The convict was said to have applied for 90 electricity transformers and 4 generators from NDDC for Akwa Ibom State sometime in February 2006. Approval was given for 70 transformers, but he diverted same to his house in Eket on the pretext that there was no space to accommodate them at the NDDC office in Uyo. He thereafter sent only 14 units to NDDC office in Uyo while withholding 56 units which he could not account for. The 56 transformers are valued at over 200 million naira. It was also end of road for Aminu Haruna Mohammed Lawal, Usman Abdullahi and Awal Mohammed, as they were convicted and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment, each by Justice B.B. Aliyu of the Federal High Court sitting in Yola, Adamawa State. The convicts had earlier been arraigned on November 4, 2014 by the EFCC on a 4-count charge bordering on conspiracy, possession and dealing in counterfeit naira note. In one of the counts, the convicts were said to have sometime in May 2014 behind Jimeta Modern Market, Jimeta Town, Yola North Local Government of Adamawa State, conspired among themselves to produce counterfeit currency notes contrary to Section 518, subsection 6 and punishable under Section 518, subsection 7 of the Criminal Code Act, LFN 2004. The accused were convicted on 2 counts each and sentenced to 5 years imprisonment for conspiracy and possession of counterfeit naira notes. The sentence is to run concurrently. Golden Argo reporting for The Eagle.
You are still watching the program, The Eagle. Among international law enforcement agencies, the EFCC remains a beautiful bride, most sought after by all.
Kamili Gaby, in our next report, represents a chronicle of EFCC's relationship with foreign partners. The report.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has enjoyed tremendous support in the areas of investigation and training of its personnel, among other support from foreign law enforcement agencies. The Commission's relationship with these agencies dates back to the time of Nuhu Ribadu as chairman of the EFCC. He was instrumental in establishing relationships with the Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI, and the London Metropolitan Police, amongst others. These relationships, however, suffered a great setback when he was removed in controversial circumstances in 2007. But in 2012, when Ibrahim Lamorde became the chairman of the EFCC, reforms were initiated and executed to change the way the Commission is perceived. Since then, the Commission's relationship with international partners has improved dramatically. The direct fallout is fresh windows of support that have come in the form of joint operations, training opportunities, and offer of specialized equipment. Recently, the French embassy in Nigeria, led by the police attaché Eric Bonichon, donated 8 laptops to the Commission as part of its support to strengthening the Commission's quest to rid the country of economic and financial crimes. While handing over the laptops, Eric, who spoke through an interpreter, said although the laptops were not enough, the gesture demonstrates the implicit confidence and support of the French government for the EFCC in the fight against corruption in Nigeria.
The Embassy of France, we have the honor to present 8 laptops and 8 mouses to the EFCC. It is not enough, but it is a sign of the improvement of our cooperation.
Apart from the French embassy, the Metropolitan Police also visited the Commission. Jonathan Benton, head Proceeds of International Corruption Unit, who led the delegation, said they were at the Commission to further strengthen the existing relationship with EFCC in the area of investigation. The Met Police is known to have supported the Commission in various investigations, one of which is that of former Governor of Delta State, James Ibori, who is serving a 13-year jail term in London.
We have had a long-standing relationship, and I always look forward to meeting Chairman Lamorde, be it this is my first visit to Nigeria, but in many of the international forums that we meet at and discuss corruption cases with our counterparts. We must remember that we can only ever do this together. We can't do it in isolation. The international financial centres do play a part, and London is an international financial centre. The way money flows work and the way money is moved, and where people like to buy houses and spend their holidays and send their children to school. London is one of those places in the UK, and we have to accept that. And it is important we play our part in fighting corruption.
In December 2014, the Western Australia Police signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the EFCC to work together to combat internet fraud and money laundering. This partnership led to the arrest of one Orowo Jesse Omoko, a 28-year-old undergraduate of University of Ibadan, who allegedly obtained the sum of $90,000 from one Jetty Jacob, an Australian based in Johannesburg, South Africa, in a fake romance scam. The victim later died in mysterious circumstances. Other foreign agencies with which the Commission enjoys robust partnership include the Global Fund, U.S. Federal Trade Commission, U.S. Postal Inspection Service, the World Bank, African Development Bank, British Serious Fraud Office, Economic Crimes Network, and Australia Federal Police. The Commission has also signed an agreement for the establishment of the Economic Crime Agency Network, comprising London Police, Corrupt Practices Investigation Bureau of Singapore, European Anti-Fraud Office, Hong Kong's Independent Commission Against Corruption, the US FBI, the Malaysia Anti-Corruption Commission, New Zealand Serious Fraud Office, the Indonesia Corruption Eradication Commission, as well as the UK National Crime Agency. David Cater is with the UK National Crime Agency. He spoke about his agency's collaboration with the EFCC.
We've had a long-standing relationship which involves mutual support from operations in both the UK and Nigeria, both agencies assisting each other, and that's developed over the years into a relationship which now also includes working on some active projects where NTA is actively supporting EFCC in some specific operations and helping to develop its capability.
How long has this relationship been?
The overall relationship has been running for many years, more than 10 years plus. The current project that I'm referring to has been running for a little over a year. But that's just one small element of a constant ongoing relationship between the two agencies.
Of what benefit is this relationship to both agencies?
The benefit to NTA is that, as you're probably aware, there's quite a lot of crime in Nigeria that impacts on the UK. So we get benefit by working with EFCC to try to investigate some of these criminals and some of the different crime that's impacting on the UK. And hopefully, conversely, EFCC gets benefit from a similar arrangement with us, the UK sharing assistance with criminal intelligence and casework, assisting on cases, as well as hopefully benefiting from some of the skills and experience that we can bring to assist in developing the capability of the Commission.
How fruitful has this relationship been?
It's been very fruitful. On a regular basis, we have inquiries, some of which could be quite simple, basic checks that are being done by the UK for you guys at EFCC, and similarly for EFCC for us in the UK. Simple checks around banks and identity and that kind of thing, right through to some quite sophisticated investigations involving extradition requests and that kind of thing, where we're actually getting successful results at either prosecuting people or extraditing people to the UK, or just assisting with gathering evidence and developing casework. So a full range.
Does the EFCC have the expertise your agency can rely on?
The operational officers, the investigators of the Commission, are, as I say, they're well trained. They've got good experience in terms of the legislation and the powers of the Commission that you have here, and they're very well motivated and they're keen to learn. So if we come along as an international partner and can provide assistance or additional mentoring support to develop what they can do, then they're very well motivated, very keen to take that on, and we see the benefit in the way that they're then able to work and use those skills on their own when we're not necessarily working directly with them.
For me to buy correct motor, for me to take neck my door, I don't need pay. I don't need pay.
Reminiscing as I walk to my car, thinking about how we used to be. For Ekuma, I did ride Okada, and most times I did so free. I wanted to change the way I live, but I didn't have to do those things. Now I'm rolling VIP, and all the girls wanna be like me. Yeah. You ask me how I deal with my reality. Gotta tell you truly, it ain't easy now. I feel the pressure to find something wrong to do. Then I remember you reap what you sow. Now I'm sitting staring at the screen of my computer, thinking really hard about what truly matters. What's with all this data? Just to catch a maga. He could have been my father or someone else's brother.
For me to buy a record, for me to take my dough. No need for me to go cafe. I hustle hard to make my pay. No need to do yahoo yahoo, to do yahoo yahoo. 7 in the morning, it's a brand new day. I still swollen, still at the cafe, hustling real hard from Sunday to Sunday, hoping someday that Maga will pay. But Maga no need pay for me to live correct. They call me Mr. Capable. I got my self-respect. No need to do yahoo yahoo for me to cash a check. I don't need no Maga, just work hard and now.
Tell me what a boy like me should do. That I heard the guys do yahoo yahoo, and if I do not do it, I'm uncool. I'll be a fool to the girls in school. But Maga no need pay to get a good degree. You'll have a great opportunity. Don't have to hack and attack, make use of CD cracks. We keep it original, now you know my swag.
For me to take my dough. No need for me to go cafe. I hustle hard to make my pay. I got no need pay. No need to do yahoo yahoo, to do yahoo yahoo.
Aisha, talking about the Jesse Omoko case, I remember it took the efforts of EFCC operatives to arrest him in Lagos after he fled South Africa, where he allegedly committed the crime. And I think they said his victim died in a very mysterious circumstance.
Yes, Aisha, it's just like Emmanuel Ekato, who is currently serving a jail term in the United States for wire fraud. He was extradited after he was picked up in Benin, Edo State, by the EFCC, having escaped FBI's arrest back to the United States.
Yes, I remember it was one of our operatives in Lagos who was able to call him before his arrest. Well, not only that, recently Isufu Burema, the president, high authority for the fight against corruption and similar crimes, Halsia, Republic of Niger, and other members of his team were at the commission in furtherance to the Memorandum of Understanding MOU signed between the EFCC and Halsia back in 2012.
Yes,
I think they said they were bringing some of their operatives to come and train in our academy.
Yeah, I remember they came to the academy and they went round and they were so happy with what they saw on ground, and that's what brought about the memorandum, I guess.
Yes, yes. Well, with that, we call it a day on today's edition of The Eagle. Please join us same time next week for another interesting package.
To be part of this program, please send your contributions to the Eagle at efccnigeria.org or search for us on Google Plus at Official EFCC or Official EFCCNG@gmail.com.
You can also like our page on Facebook.com/Official EFCC or follow us on Twitter at Official EFCC. And to watch our programs and other activities, please log on to YouTube.com/Official EFCC. My name is Aisha Gambari. Thanking you for watching, and God bless Nigeria.
And I am Aisha Muhammad, hoping to see you next week, God's willing. Bye-bye.